what's up, guys? How's it going? How's that going? Doing something a little different today. Gonna be doing some training. Got my board here. I'm in my room. I'm just in a different spot. I know it's very disconcerting, or it can be. Hey, what's up, Chessmaster? That's awesome. So, yeah, I recently saw this article um, on Chessbase India. Oh, a lot of noise in the background, huh? Let me try to fix that. Oh, I'm using the wrong mic, maybe. Yeah, this might be better. One sec. Let me know if that's any better. Hopefully it's better. Because I'm using a different mic here. But okay, cool. Yeah, so there is this article on Chessbase about Shanklin. And it was called, what was it called? The Secret Behind Sam Shanklin's Performance at the FIDE World Cup. Let's talk a little bit about Sam's training with Grandmaster Augard. And I know he does the killer chess training. They have this like weekly homework, and they actually included some sample problems. So I figured I would try to solve them. And if you guys want, you can participate as well. Here's the article in case anyone is curious and wants to read for themselves. But yeah, I have the first position set up here, and I'm going to be solving it on the board because I feel like it's good for overall training. You guys can discuss amongst yourselves using the chess.com board, and then yeah, we'll analyze together a little bit, and then we'll even we can watch the solutions together because they recorded the answers, as we'll see here. So we'll watch Sam and what he came up. So it'll kind of be interesting to compare what we come up with what Sam comes up with, because he apparently solved all these problems himself. So we'll watch that once we are done working. So hopefully, guys, this is obvious. Don't use any engines. And if you've seen some of the problems before and you already know the answer, then yeah, try not to like spoil it for everyone else. Indeed, this is from their regular training. I think Killer Chess Training, that's what it's called. This is their homework club. And yeah, first one is white to play, as it says under the board. Yeah, this is going to be pretty tough. I don't think this is going to be easy. But you know, hopefully it'll be instructive. I'm really doing this for myself mainly, and you guys can watch if you want. And you know, people come in here and they're like complaining, is like I'm not talking because I'm just going to be focusing on the board for like I'm going to give myself like 15 minutes per problem, and then we'll discuss. Maybe we'll finish sooner. But if people complain, just let them know. Like this is chess dojo, okay? Not a chess taco. Okay, so yeah, white to play. I'll I think I'll minimize the chat, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, 2 more minutes. Okay, I think I'll call it. All right, hopefully chat didn't go too crazy. All right. Oh boy. Okay, well, I'll tell you guys what I thought, and then you can let me know if I missed any lines. Okay, so first thought was, of course, B3. Seems like most. Okay, B3 felt like, yeah, the first option to look at, right? But then Rook takes B4, and I looked at like all three checks, but couldn't really make it work. So like Queen B8, I guess, was what I was most interested in, because King F7, sorry, because Queen E8, not possible, we take here. But King F7, and yeah, I didn't really see much here. And then if this check, Queen takes E6, then Queen E8, seems like it's holding for black. So I didn't really see too many tries. Queen E8 also not working. I also looked at C3, but then just, okay, Queen D1, minimum black has a draw here, so this didn't really feel like a good solution. I don't know if it's white to play and win, by the way. It doesn't say if white is playing for the win. I think we're just supposed to figure it out ourselves. In general, we're just supposed to try to find the best move, but yeah, that didn't seem too convincing. And then I looked at these moves, like, yeah, Rook takes A6 and Rook C6. But this one I didn't like because I think Queen takes B4. Also, Rook takes B4. I didn't see what white is doing on this one either. Because Queen C8 check, there's Queen E8. And that looks good for black, at least. I guess there's Queen takes E6. But yeah, also this one, simply, and yeah, I didn't really feel like it's enough for the piece. Rook C6. Let's see. I think I thought Rook takes B4. And there's this check. And this one. This actually I don't think I fully looked at, but it kind of looks promising now that I see it. Because on this one there's Queen C8. And taking here. Yeah, Rook C6, I don't think I fully fully check this one, but it actually looks better than what I came up with. Oh, this is chat's idea. Nice, nice. Cool. I'll show you guys what I thought was it, but I think you guys might be right because Rook C6 looks pretty strong. I thought White should give this check and take this one. And my idea is to take on E6. So like Rook takes B4, take here, and then take here. So yeah, to me this looked very interesting as well. So we have like Rook A8 coming. Yeah. And then if Queen E8, I think this position's just better for White. Like we have 3 pawns for the bishop, safer king. I looked a little bit further. I thought, let's say, queen check. Queen f7, there's rook a8, right? So king g8. And then, let's say something like this. Threatening rook a8, right? So, I don't know if queen f7 is forced, but for example, queen f7, check here. And queen goes somewhere like queen d6, queen c5. Even the endgame I thought is actually, I would take white there. But I didn't really decide how I'm going to continue. Just looked like this was the best out of all the options. Queen e8 after queen b8. You know, I didn't think about this one too much. My feeling was that white just trades queens and takes on a6, and this looks like we have 2 passed pawns. Yeah. But you guys might be right. Rook c6. I don't know. It looks a lot simpler than my long line. Let's double check this one. Well, actually, wait, let's see here. 1 second. Queen takes b4. Queen c8. King here. Oh, we're not taking the rook, are we? We're just taking this one first. And then maybe taking with the queen, yeah? Because if rook takes, there is queen e1, queen a5, kind of annoying. So, and then here, queen b5. I guess there's king c3. But it feels unnecessarily complicated if we can just take on e6 with the queen and then take this one, because then there's no real counterplay here, right? The line just ends. This is what you guys found, yeah? Oh, Daster found rook c6. Oh, very nice. Well, you saw more than me. I honestly didn't even see, or I guess I should say I didn't notice queen c8 in this idea. think I saw both this and this, and I'm like, it's not working. Okay, so I agree with you guys. Let's promote. We'll say rook c6 is our main. If rook takes c6, then I think this position looks much better for white. Like queen and knight, and black's king is weaker than ours. Black's pawns are weaker than ours. Um, yeah, I'm not sure much needs to be calculated here. It just looks very nice. Bishop has to move, and we have, I mean, we have a lot of checks, right? Queen c8, queen d7. Yeah. Okay, let's check out the solution. Looks good to me. I'm changing my answer to rook c6. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, probably I got this one wrong. Let's see. I feel good about this one. But let's see what Sam and Jakob have to say. Okay, guys, let me know if the audio is terrible. Hopefully this works.
So, and I'm also proud of Akuf, which I cannot pronounce correctly, but which have changed his name after a bit.
Oh, did he have a
Kushal is saying, this is one of those rare moments where we will see Sam get killed.
I actually think I solved these pretty well. I mean, there were a few I was unsure about, but for the most part, I thought these weren't that hard.
Actually, this is a one-on-one fight today between you and your manager.
Oh, Doug's here. Okay.
I think he should be here. Yeah, he's here. Yes, Doug is our high scorer this week.
Oh, wow. Okay. How many?
So you have to invent some wrong answers to end beneath him.
How many did he get?
I'm not sure you can invent enough wrong answers, so let's not go there.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. Making fun of Doug, are we? That's not very nice.
Do I have any recommendation on how to improve positional play? Yes, watch your lens lessons. Also, if you like close positions, you should watch Sam's lessons.
Those are good recommendations.
So yeah, Doug had a high score, 8.9. The 0.9 was because there was one variation where he gave everything was right until the end where he stepped into mate. I thought I had to deduct something for him, even if it was
that
very late end of the line. But it was beyond the point where I would have let everyone else get away with a tick for the line up to that point. So, okay, should we jump straight into the positions and try not to make this a very long session?
Sure. All right. So this one here, I thought was actually just a candidate move and pretty easy. Rook c6 seems to win the game immediately, unless I'm missing something.
Yeah, it's sort of a little bit prophylaxis as well. Actually, Antipov played c3, which certainly also ends the game immediately. But
sure,
that didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, funnily enough.
Oh, this was an Antipov game. I don't know if you guys can see the players up here, but it's between Mikhail Antipov, who's like 26 something, and Vitugov. So the dude played c3. Amazing. Okay, I'm muting my mic so there's no echo.
I actually spent a lot of time on queen b8 check before deciding it didn't work, slowing down, and then just finding rook c6.
Yeah, so I think you sort of have to understand that this doesn't work. Yeah. Because you have to see that in this position here, no, this was not exactly the line I'm thinking about. Well, but there are some lines where there's queen e8. Yeah, here, queen e8. Yes.
Yeah, right. So that was one. I was thinking queen f5 check instead of rook takes a6 as well, or rook c6 instead of rook a6, but none of them worked. Like queen f5, for example, if bishop f6, we can go queen c8, king wherever, queen b7, or sorry, king f7, queen b7, but bishop back to e7, and the rook is still protected, and we haven't really made progress. I mean, I couldn't figure this out. Someone says, I thought white is better after queen e8, but if black plays queen e8, I thought knight c6 won immediately.
No, but it was in that line with rook a6, he meant.
Oh.
I don't think white's better there. But it's not so important whether or not he thinks white's a little better or whether it's equal. The key point is that we should just mention one more line, which is here. Also, we have queen e8 as a
Yeah,
move it. We don't get queen takes e6 check. So once we see all this, we can see that here queen e8 is out of the picture. Black takes on c6 is certainly winning.
But I mean, he doesn't have a move. He's just busted immediately. Like,
yeah, I don't think we need to find the
someone
fourth
says rook d4. Actually, that's not a bad point. What happens after rook d4?
Then this is an important point, and here this move is very strong.
Oh, okay.
And I understand that that's a tricky one. This is the killer homework.
Right.
So here there are huge problems for black. We have taking on e6, we have check and knight e5, and we have check and take on e6.
Yeah.
You cannot defend against all of them. If you take here, okay, we take an e6, and of course more move will be played, but that's.
But I mean, you are a clean pawn up with the queen and knight against queen and bishop and the open king. I mean, come on.
Not every position you have to calculate to checkmate. That's not the point of calculation. Point of calculation is to make a decision. And of course, then here we have, well, there's queen e8, but it's not as fun as it once was.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Let's go to the next one. So 1 out of 1. Who is?
Okay, well done, guys. Let's go to the next one. You heard him say calculation is not about finding mate. It's about making a decision. All right, let's set this one up. Set it up for you guys first. I do want to check that position with rook takes a6 because I really thought it was better for white, but Hacker didn't seem to think so. So I'll check with the only player I know stronger than these guys. Yeah, Soccer says black is totally fine. Wow, that's really surprising. Even better. Okay. Instructive. All right, guys, next one. Pawns. Too many pawns. So far, it's 1-0 for chat. 0. Okay, I'm really hoping I don't mess up the position. So I have to set it up twice. Best. Is this, is this white to play or black to move? Oh, this one's black to play, okay. Feels so good to move pieces. Okay. That's good. Oh, that guy's black to play. Doubles. Okay, everyone good? Oh, my mic. Sorry. Sorry, that should be better. Okay. 15 minutes, black to play. I'll come back and talk to you guys soon. a few more minutes. I'm done. All right, let's see what you guys came up with. Hey, Miro, how's it going? Some training. I'm trying to compete with chat. Okay, so I'll take you guys through what I thought. You can let me know what you thought. So yeah, first things I looked at are like queen takes and pawn takes. Now here's the problem. So if we start with this one, let's make it less. Then, okay, this is checkmate. Rook d1, and then I'm just taking here. But white has king b1 is the second option, which we'll come back to. So I thought we start here, but then bishop takes, queen takes g4. Oh, excuse me, guys. This king's on h8. My apologies. My apologies. I told you guys I would, I would mess it up. King is on h8, which does make a difference. I'm sorry, guys. In my defense, I said it was gonna happen. But no, king is on g8. Excuse me. You guys had the right. I had the wrong position. You guys had the right one. My bad. My bad again. You guys had the right one. You guys had the right one. I put the king on g8 to make it harder on myself, I guess. So we're gonna have to rethink some stuff. So in that case, takes and queen g4 looks very convincing. It's gonna be hard going back and forth with the king on g8 and h8. Okay, so takes looks very good. Because if bishop g7, in my line I thought this is check, right? So this isn't working for black. Here it looks like we should be okay. I don't know, actually, maybe this is still a problem. Huh. Okay, so the line I was thinking about was takes here and takes, because in my mind king was on h8, king b1, but yeah, this isn't working now because this is hanging with check. I was calculating this one with the king on h8, which I think is good, but here queen takes e6 is check. That's a big problem. King on h8, I actually think this was good, because your rook takes g7 is also an issue. But with this guy here, black was getting everything, wow, okay, with checks. And so this looked like we were ending with a piece up. Okay. But let's go back. Man, I feel like king on g8 changes everything. I think I gotta go and redo this one. Yeah. So if we start with this one then and take, bishop takes g7. Only move seems to be rook d1. And then, well, yeah, this is just extra rook, looks like. No checks. So maybe this is a lot easier than the problem I had. But I'll be curious if my calculations were correct as well. So takes, queen takes g4. Rook g4, rook d1 mates. I mean, it's a lot easier than the first one, IMO. So that's why I'm a little bit skeptical if we're, but I don't see what we're missing. Takes, rook d1. Okay, so I think that's working. Again, I was looking at this position, which I think is a more interesting problem, I'm just gonna say. Because here we can't take because the bishop takes g7, and we're losing the queen. And so here in this line, I think it is queen takes g4 that's working. Takes, bishop b2, rook d1, so king b1 only move, and then I calculated rook d1. I was very proud of this because we're taking on c1 in every line. And if rook g1, which I thought was the best defense, they're taking this one. I thought white has to take here. And this endgame, I felt like black has chances. Maybe Miro, you can help me out on this one, but I was thinking king g8, king f7, bishop d4, and I thought like, okay, black has some winning chances. But definitely not a clear win. I just thought black is a little bit better. Yeah, I also considered queen c2 in this position because we're threatening mate. But I thought this isn't working because rook takes g7. Knight takes, queen takes h6 check. King g8, queen e6. White gets a lot of checks. And if queen h7, queen f6, and it felt like only white can be better here. Takes, bishop takes. Knight on g7 is a questionable piece, and yeah, it just feels like white's having all the fun. Okay, well, let's put the king back where it should be. Black's better, but yeah, wouldn't be surprised if that's for result. How do you get into the Killer Chess Training Academy? I think they, I think you're free to sign up. It's something like, last I checked, it was like 750 euros for the year. But, you know, you get access to a year's worth of classes. So if you have the money, I think it is a great value. Yeah. Tell them I sent you, by the way, if you guys sign up. You know, we don't have an affiliate code or anything, but tell them I sent you. And I think they have like an easier section. I think this is like the advanced section. Okay, but we're gonna go with the right position. Yeah, we're gonna say takes and takes. And GG. Okay, let's check the answer. And then I'm going to check all my lines with the engine because I'm curious. All right, I'm going to mute myself so there's no echo, and yeah, see you guys soon.
There's a question if rook d8 after knight d3. I see what your point is. I see what his point is here, because rook d8. I think your point is you want to take here with perpetual check, but I take first here. So keep questions which are not about this position to the very end of the class. But okay, this queen and knight being better than queen and bishop, it's assumed that it's better.
Queen and knight.
Okay, if you play at least in a moment, you so did you, right? Black to play. Everyone got that right. So did you, right?
Yeah, CB2, queen g4. If rook g4, rook d1 is made. If bishop g7, rook d1, all the same. It's
just made. This one was very easy.
Number 3, I thought was the hardest one on this page.
All right, thought number 3 was hard, but let's not hear anymore. Okay, I want to check my lines too, because I just want to confirm that what I calculated on my time was accurate. For me, it was a pretty difficult problem. Okay, let's see. Oh, so if this one, then black just takes again. Rook c2. Huh, king a3. Oh, queen f8 check. Wow. So that's like mating. King a1, there's queen f6. That I think is okay, you can understand this. King h7. So what about he takes g4? d1. Rook g6. Wow. So white just makes any move with the rook. I guess that makes sense because they're giving the queen on c1. So here. And okay, at least black has enough for at least a draw for black. Yeah. But yeah, looks like white is fine. Okay, guys, next one. Oh yeah, I think actually that's going to be it. Yeah, Gauntlet's coming up. So we'll come back to this. We'll do this another time. Yeah, David's going to be starting Gauntlet in like 10 minutes. So, I mean, maybe I'll hang out until he's ready to drop him a message. Yeah, I totally forgot, actually. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, David's still on the chess channel. Oh, so they might be delayed because he's doing the U.S. Junior match. So that might. Is it almost over? Like how? Or is he going to be late? Oh, bummer. I'm not part of the killer chess training. I feel like I don't really have time for it. But yeah, I'll hang out until he's ready to start the Gauntlet. Today in the Gauntlet, guys, is going to be Grandmaster Amon Hambleton from ChessBra. That's going to be very exciting. If you don't know what the Gauntlet is, it's our game show where we invite really strong players and then they choose their own handicaps and they play against some of our members. So if you guys actually are interested in playing against Hambo, you should stay in chat because David always asks for volunteers. He's going to need a player between 8 to 1200, 12 to 1600, 1600 to 2000. I think he's going to choose players once he goes live, but you know, if you're around and you tell him you want to play, you have a good chance to get in. And then if Amon does well, because you get points if you choose a lot of handicaps and you win the game. If Amon does well enough and scores 3,000 points in the first 3 rounds, then he's going to play a National Master for the 4th round. And I think we'll need a volunteer for that as well. So around the 2200 range, and then you can you have a good chance of playing as well. But you should let David know so that he knows you're available. Can I talk a little bit about my training plan, like a typical week? I basically just started yesterday because I was working a lot this month, but I'll be playing again in September. And my plan is actually very simple. I want to do like at least an hour, like over the board calculation every day. Because you see, guys, I mean, even Shanklin, he's like, I mean, 300 points stronger than me, right? And even he is doing like over the board calculation training. He's not just like focusing on openings. And I mean, we can see the results of his work. Like, I mean, he has had an absolutely amazing year, not just in the World Cup, but he won like the Prague Masters, which was super strong. So I feel very confident that I got to work on my calculation. So I'm going to try to do at least an hour over the board every day. And then outside of that, I'll do some opening work as well as I have time. But yeah, the main goal is just try to do an hour with the board calculating. I mean, today we did not quite an hour, but I'll say it was a good start. And yeah, first I'll be active until I play again in September in Vegas. Yeah, Mon is very, very fast. So I wonder if he'll take on a lot of timeouts. By the way, guys, I'm also going to be doing commentary in a couple hours, starting at 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to be doing commentary on the U.S. Open with WGM Katarina Nemtsova, who a friend of mine. We worked together as coaches a couple of years back, and yeah, very good coach and teacher actually. So we're going to be covering not the U.S. Open, but actually the Dinker and the Barber. So basically like the high school and the middle school championship that's taking place this weekend. So I'm going to be doing that today at 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'll post my schedule in the Discord because I'm also going to be working like all day tomorrow, all day Monday, and then Tuesday morning they'll be around as well. And yeah, that'll be good. We're going to do some commentary. It's going to be, it's going to be engines off, just the two of us analyzing games. And then I'll be covering the final 3 rounds of the U.S. Open starting this coming Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's going to be on twitch.tv/US Chess. So you should drop them a follow if you want the going live notification. I'll be streaming to the US Chess channel in about 2 hours, basically, 2 hours from now. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. So what's going on with that Chess Kid match? Is it over? Or are they just doing the interviews, or what's happening? Wait, what happened to Daster? I missed it. Hey, what's up, CEB Chess? Question: are main and 4, main and 5 good calculation drills? Well, it kind of depends. Like, are we talking about forced main and 4 and 5, like it's with checks, or is it like those weird problems where you have like 20 pieces on the board and nothing really makes sense? Because I'm not a huge fan of those. In general, I think you should just try to work on problems that are challenging but not impossible. But there's a lot of good books out there depending on your level. you can definitely ask in the Discord for some recommendations. People have a lot of their favorite books that they'll happily suggest for you. But problems that take you like 5-10 minutes to solve, I think are ideal. These were a good level. I mean, I feel like I really should have solved the first one. I feel like I solved the second one. And yeah. JP Chess says, my issue with problems is there's a solution. How do you recognize them in game? Well, my answer to this is that you simply have to look on every move, as much as you can. I mean, sometimes your opponent makes some weakening move, they weaken something and your brain kind of senses the weakness in the position and you can immediately pounce. There's this thing called the drawback principle, right? Any piece move on the board, right? Whenever you move anything, you're always leaving certain squares behind that the piece is no longer attacking. So you can kind of use this to get a sense of where the tactical weakness might be. I had a YouTube video about kind of like, working on your chess antenna. The second part of it is that when you solve a lot of problems, you typically develop some pattern recognition, which means that it becomes much easier to notice patterns, right? I'm sure there's some patterns you notice even if no one tells you there's a puzzle in the position, right? Like if your opponent leaves their back rank wide open, I bet you can probably find the back rank mate without someone telling you you have a good move here. Yeah, so the idea is to like do enough puzzles so that over time you're seeing all kinds of different patterns almost automatically, right? So for many people, back rank is very obvious, smothered mate is very obvious. When the king and queen are lined up on a diagonal, we can usually see the bishop pinned very quickly, again, without someone telling us. So the more patterns you can kind of really, calcify in your brain, the quicker you'll see them during the game. And, when you're playing, I mean, if you have a sharp position, there's going to be tactics all over the place. So like if you have a sharp position like the one we had just a few moves ago with lots of pieces hanging, I don't think you really need someone to tell you if you're playing black here that you might have something tactical, right? Like we have c takes b2 check, white's king on a1 looks weak, pieces are active, right? Like there's a good chance we have something here whether or not someone specifically tells us. So I think the idea is that you're one, trying to build up your pattern recognition so you can spot tactics without really having to search for them. Number two, there is a certain point to being optimistic, right? So a lot of players, if they have a tactically charged position, they just kind of assume they have something, right? You give yourself the hint and you look really hard for the solution. And if you find something convincing, you go ahead and play it. If not, you say, I guess I don't have anything, and you look for the next best move. So I definitely suggest trying to be optimistic. Now, this is one thing I've noticed that players really struggle with, especially when they're playing higher rated players, is that psychologically they don't expect that their opponent is going to blunder something, and they don't look for tactics, right? So the opponent makes some move, they like hang the rook, and then their opponent doesn't notice it because they're not looking for any tactics, and then they're just being reactive and just defending the first thing they see, or like, improving their piece without looking for any tactical ideas. If you watch strong players play, blitz, you can kind of tell they're searching for tactics every move. Like as soon as the opponent, moves something, you can kind of see their head like shake a little bit, like they're searching, they're scanning the board. Like, is there any convincing or any interesting candidate moves worth looking at deep? So, of course, it simply takes time and experience to develop this skill, but puzzles, I think, are a very important part of it, because if you're not able to find the solution when you know there's something there, it's going to be really hard, when you don't know there's something there, right? So it's like, first you got to learn how to, shoot a free throw without pressure, and then you can work on shooting free throws under pressure, right? But first you have to learn how to like get the ball into the basket. What is the probability of having a tactic in any given position? I mean, it depends on the position, you know? In certain openings, it's going to be much higher, like in open positions, I would say, like Sicilians and stuff. But in closed positions, it's probably going to be not as high. But it's really up to you. Okay, Neuro says 100%. There's always tactics. So that's another point of view. Yeah, guys, Gauntlet will be coming up very soon. As soon as David tells me he's ready, I'm going to hop off here and he'll be on with Grandmaster Ramon Hamilton. And Gauntlet is a very, very fun show, so I hope you guys stick around for that. Hey, Elfins with the sub. Thanks so much. Oh, I saw that it's going to take like 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. So it looks like they'll be ready. They'll be ready pretty soon. Yeah, of course there's like endless examples of strong players, you know, blundering tactics and not looking for tactics. And yeah, you know, usually I feel like it's a mindset thing. It's not like these players aren't capable of finding the solution. Of course they are. They're capable like 10 times over, but like during the game, you know, you have to be very actively thinking concretely. And I mean, you know, it's like you're kind of saying to yourself, if I had a win here, or if I had a tactic today, what would it be? Yeah, I saw Aronian's blunder. Okay, I mean, in Blitz and Rapid, I mean, that's not even surprising. I think that just happens like all the time. Like, we're going to see a lot of blunders in Blitz and Rapid chess. Thanks for following. Thanks for Kingside 54. Much appreciated. We do try to keep things pretty educational here. I think I'm going to do this again. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of hybrid training, because I really feel like I got to work over the board. But yeah, might as well stream the action and give you guys something to work with as well. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll definitely do it again. I don't know if I'll have time tomorrow because I'm going to be having a full day of commentary. But yeah, we'll definitely do this again. Yeah, I'll be doing the US Open on twitch.tv/US Chess. Starting in just under 2 hours from now. So I'll be working with WGM Katerina Nemkova. And that's going to be, I mean, that's going to be fun. Like, we're just going to be analyzing the games, not using the engine. And yeah, I mean, we're going to be covering the Denker and the Barber tournaments today. I could try to set it up, but yeah, we might have to go here in a second now. Although while David hasn't said anything. Then I'm gonna, yeah, I'll keep going. Set up this position here. Is this it? White to play? Oh, Rick had to be on A3. Okay, looks like David is ready, so I'll solve this. I'll solve this on my own. Maybe I'll post it in the Discord. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be logging off. Time for the gauntlet with our special guest, Grandmaster Ramon Hamilton. It's going to be a ton of fun, guys. You'll need to refresh your pages in just a few moments here, and you'll see the next screen. So yeah, I'll catch you guys